Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing video. Just a quick video today discussing the so-called leaks for the next Animal Crossing game that everyone's now talking about for some reason. So if you're excited to learn more and discover what other creators and online news outlets aren't telling you, be sure to leave a like on the video as it helps out a bunch. And let's jump straight in. Now it seems over the last few days more and more people are talking about a new Animal Crossing rumour about the next Animal Crossing game, what it will likely be and when it's going to release. Now in short, if you've missed it, all these leaks come from one source that suggests the next Animal Crossing game is already in development and will be considered an ultimate version based in a big city with skyscrapers and include things like moving around with vehicles, adventure missions, puzzles and minigames, larger multiplayer mechanics, and a 2026 release date. They even go on to suggest it will incorporate a large shopping centre where you have your own store and can sell things to other users, which actually sounds pretty cool. Anyway, for some reason, most likely because we've now entered the Nintendo Switch 2 era, everyone's bringing up old leaks, and this is one of them. This was actually from March 2024, so well over a year ago now, which is something many creators are choosing not to disclose, going as far to crop out the days, as if to somehow give it more credibility. Anyway, it is an old leak, but I will say this source does have a good track record, allegedly revealing stuff before it's announced, with the most recent apparently being a Donkey Kong mainline game before Donkey Kong Bonanza was announced. So I think this is why some people are now choosing to look back at older rumours to see what might also now come to fruition, if that makes sense. So you could argue that, okay, maybe this information is true, and actually a new Animal Crossing game with these mechanics will launch in 2026, and honestly I hope it does. Unfortunately, something else some creators and news outlets are choosing not to include is that the source themselves stated these were ideas suggested during a brainstorming session prior to any development, so should immediately be taken with a pinch of salt and does not mean these are leaks of features of an upcoming game, just that they were part of a brainstorming session. But again, that said, brainstorming is something the developers will naturally do, as seen with Super Mario Wonder as a given example here, so there's every chance that whatever the next Animal Crossing game is, it may well include some of these ideas and mechanics from the brainstorming session. Personally, I think a metropolis with skyscrapers and a focus on interior design and selling stuff to other players sounds amazing, and probably the direction they will go. It would be pointless to do another deserted island, for example. Anyway, whether this is all true or not, there has been talks that the Nintendo Switch 2 was originally supposed to release earlier than it did, but was delayed, and if that's true, the 2026 release date is now nothing more than hearsay and could well be delayed too. Another thing that's bothering me is that all of these ideas, such as a big city, puzzles and minigames, and larger online mechanics, just sounds like Tomodachi Life to me, which, as you may remember, was recently announced for the Switch with a 2026 release. So I wonder if there's even been some confusion and either these ideas were actually Tomodachi Life, or the concepts moved from Animal Crossing brainstorming and were instead used for Tomodachi Life instead. I guess it's impossible to know. Speaking of Tomodachi Life, we already know this game is coming out in 2026 as confirmed by Nintendo, which also makes it hard to believe a new Animal Crossing game would also release in 2026. Personally, I just don't think Nintendo would want Tomodachi Life to compete with a new Animal Crossing game, so as I've said in the past, I'd be very surprised to see Nintendo do this when the games will inevitably share a large demographic, unless maybe they were like 9 months apart or something, or the Animal Crossing game was a smaller spin-off. Releasing two huge titles like this in the same year for the same audience just doesn't feel like something they would do, at least in my mind. Anyway, I'm not making this video to put a negative spin on some fun leaks, because it is fun to hear about what we might see for Animal Crossing in the future. I just want you to have all the facts so you know the full story. I hope that comes across. But to wrap things up, I would love these leaks to be true, and don't get me wrong, wrong, I have no doubts the next game is already in development. I can totally see the next Animal Crossing game being in a city and focus more on interior design, fashion and online multiplayer, maybe even open world. It wouldn't be unrealistic to see them take inspiration from City Folk, for example, and build upon the high-end GRACIE Grace furniture and clothing items from the city. That game is so underrated after all. However, I don't think Nintendo would want to compete with Tomodachi Life, and I think 2027 is the absolute earliest we'd see a new mainline game, or even later if we see a port, spin-off, or some kind of Nintendo Switch 2 edition of New Horizons before then, but I hope I'm wrong. If you made it to this point in the video, be sure to post City in the comments just to let me know you did, and be sure to include what feature you'd most like to see in the next Animal Crossing game. I'd love to know. Thank you so much to the Patreon and channel members for supporting this content. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.